A wise man once said, "True influence is not about how loudly you speak, but how deeply you resonate." In a world saturated with constant stimulation, flashing images, loud voices, endless chatter, the men who are truly seen are not the loudest in the room, but those who are anchored in quiet strength. Welcome to Stoic Guard, a place where ancient Stoic philosophy meets the modern journey of masculinity, where we do not chase validation, but forge value, where we are not molded by trends, but grounded in truth. Today, we unveil a powerful truth, the 15 subtle signals that women intuitively notice about men. These aren't superficial pickup techniques or personality hacks. These are reflections of inner architecture. These are signs that reveal not who you pretend to be, but who you truly are. This journey isn't about winning her over. It's about rising into the man you are meant to be, one trait at a time. Let's begin. Secret number 1, posture, the language of command. Posture is more than how you sit or stand. It's a message, a silent announcement that precedes your words. Before your voice is ever heard, your posture whispers truths about you. Do you slouch? That subtle curve of the back, the downward gaze, the drawn-in shoulders, they say, "I'm uncertain." But when you stand tall, with shoulders back, spine aligned, and chin gently raised, the message is entirely different. It speaks of dignity, of readiness, of inner order. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Stand upright, not just in body, but in soul." The Stoic man carries his body as he carries his values, with intention, with dignity, with discipline. Women notice this, even if they can't name it. They feel it. Posture communicates more than confidence. It reveals structure, and structure is deeply attractive. Secret number 2, eye contact, the mirror of presence. The eyes are not just windows to the soul. They are mirrors of presence. A man who is present does not dart his gaze from distraction to distraction. His eyes are still, focused, not intense, but available. When a man holds eye contact calmly, he is saying, without words, "I am here," fully. This doesn't mean staring. It means connecting, observing, witnessing the moment without needing to perform. Predators stare. Performers exaggerate. But a Stoic simply sees, and that, paradoxically, makes him deeply seen. When a woman looks into your eyes, she sees your relationship with yourself. Are you comfortable in your own presence? Are you hiding something? Are you pretending? You cannot fake presence, and that's why it's so powerful. Secret number 3, grooming, attention to the small things. Stoicism is not about vanity, it's about discipline. Clean nails, a well-groomed beard, fresh breath, subtle cologne. These are not about being noticed, they're about honoring order. A man who pays attention to the details of his grooming tells the world, "I respect myself." He's not dressing for applause, he's dressing for alignment. He is not chasing trends. He is showing respect for the temple that is his body. Women are attuned to this. Why? Because grooming reflects how you manage the unseen corners of your life. If you take care of what others overlook, she assumes, often correctly, that you do the same in every area, and that makes her feel safe. Secret number 4, dress simplicity, silent power. Fashion can be loud, style can be silent. A Stoic man knows that his clothing should not be the most interesting thing about him. Instead of seeking flashy brands or chasing seasonal trends, he opts for simplicity. Clean lines, neutral tones, well-fitted garments. This is not a rejection of aesthetics. It is a deeper embrace of clarity. True presence doesn't scream. It hums. It resonates. When a man is coherent, when his outward appearance mirrors his inner calm, people feel drawn to him without knowing why. Women don't want a mannequin. They want a man who has nothing to prove because he already knows who he is. Secret number 5, calmness in movement. The slow power. The modern world is addicted to speed, but the Stoic man is not. He moves deliberately with awareness. Every step, every gesture, every action is a reflection of inner command. You can feel it, the man who does not fidget, who does not rush to fill silences, who moves with the grace of purpose. There is a unique power in slowing down. It says, I am not rushed by life. I lead my pace. Epictetus wrote, he who hurries is a slave to something. Women notice when a man walks like he's not chasing something, because that means, perhaps, he's found something within. Secret number 6, emotional stability, your greatest signal. We live in a world of emotional reactivity. Everything is urgent. Everything is personal. Everything is dramatic. But the Stoic man is not reactive. He is responsive. When plans fall apart, he breathes. When insulted, he reflects. When challenged, he chooses his reply. This doesn't mean emotional numbness. On the contrary, the Stoic man feels deeply, but he channels those feelings through wisdom, not impulse. To a woman, this is magnetic because it signals one word, safety. Not safety in the physical sense, but emotional safety. The kind that lets her exhale, drop her guard, and just be. You don't crumble when things get hard, and that makes her believe she won't have to either. Secret number 7, voice, the sound of grounding. Your voice carries more than sound. It carries your emotional state. A Stoic man does not speak to dominate nor to impress. He speaks to express clarity. His voice is steady, measured, and rooted. No need to raise it to command attention. In fact, the calm voice often quiets the room. It draws others in because it carries certainty, not insecurity. Women are finely attuned to vocal cues. They notice if your tone fluctuates with insecurity, if your laughter is forced, if your pace reveals anxiety. But when your voice flows with grounded presence, she knows, even before knowing you, that you're anchored. Secret number 8, hand gestures, subtle extensions of thought. We don't often think of hand gestures as a form of communication, but they are. They amplify or distract. The Stoic man uses his hands with intent. He doesn't flail. He doesn't exaggerate. His movements are minimal, precise, and congruent with what he says. This alignment tells a woman something vital. He's integrated. His body and his words are not at war. It might sound small, but it's felt deeply. A man whose gestures match his energy seems more trustworthy, and trust is the foundation of attraction. Secret number 9, presence in silence, your invisible strength. Many fear silence. The Stoic invites it. Silence is not emptiness. It's spaciousness. It's the place where real connection grows. When a man can sit in silence without fidgeting, without needing to fill the air, without escaping into his phone, he shows rare strength. He is saying, I am enough, even in stillness. To a woman, this is profound. It tells her, you don't need to entertain or be entertained. You're comfortable with her presence and with your own, and that's deeply rare. Secret number 10, integrity in micro moments. It's not just the big things that reveal character. It's the unnoticed ones. Do you say thank you to the waiter? Do you put your phone away during conversation? Do you admit when you're wrong, quickly, calmly without drama. Women observe these micro moments, not consciously perhaps, but instinctively. And when your small actions align with your bigger words, something extraordinary happens. You are trusted, and trust over time becomes attraction. Secret number 11, how you treat others, especially the unseen. The Stoic man treats the janitor with the same dignity as the CEO, not because it scores points, but because it reflects his values. Women pay attention to this more than most men realize. How you treat those who can do nothing for you says more about you than any speech or status ever could. Kindness without agenda is rare, and when she sees it, she remembers it. Secret number 12, energy, what follows you into the room. Before you say a word, your energy enters. It's not mystical. It's your demeanor, your emotional baseline, your invisible posture. Is your presence chaotic or calm? Do people feel drained or settled around you? The Stoic man carries what the ancients called ataraxia, a sense of unshakable tranquility. When you cultivate that calm within, it radiates. People don't know why they feel safe around you, they just do. And women are especially sensitive to this, because your energy, more than your looks or words, sets the tone for how she feels around you. Secret number 13, listening, real intentional listening. Most people listen to reply. The Stoic man listens to understand. He doesn't interrupt. He doesn't rush to correct. He receives. This is not weakness. This is leadership of attention. When you truly listen, with your body, your eyes, your stillness, women feel something rare, seen, and feeling seen is often the most intimate experience of all. Secret number 14, purpose, the fire behind the eyes. You don't need to announce your purpose. If it's real, it shows. A man who knows where he's going doesn't need to justify every step. He moves with clarity, with direction. This doesn't mean being rich or successful. It means being committed, focused, devoted to growth. Women sense when a man has a mission. It gives shape to his presence. It makes him less needy, less distracted, more alive. Because nothing is more attractive than a man who is becoming. Secret number 15, self-respect, the root of it all. Ultimately, everything a woman notices, your posture, your voice, your grooming, your pace, points back to one question. Do you respect yourself? A man who respects himself sets boundaries. He speaks with intention. He shows up consistently. He demands nothing from others that he hasn't cultivated within. That's the core of Stoic masculinity. Not pretending to be powerful, but being anchored in real, earned self-regard. When you walk with self-respect, the world, including the women in it, responds differently. Because you've become the kind of man who doesn't need to be noticed, to be unforgettable. What she truly sees. In the end, what she sees first isn't your car, your clothes, or your cleverness. She sees your relationship with yourself. She sees whether your values match your voice, whether your actions match your words, whether you move from truth or from fear. At Stoic Guard, we don't teach performance. We guide presence. We don't chase charm. We cultivate character. So take these 15 signals not as tactics to impress, but as tools to refine your essence. Because when you become a man of quiet power, you don't need to seek attention. You become impossible to ignore.